Hello Americans channel. This video is made by free videos from Storyblocks, and these images and video we use just for explanation and it's free use also.
There's a voice under my bed. A 5-year-old's whisper uncovers a chilling secret below. It began with a whisper barely audible, almost drowned out by the hum of late-night static in the emergency dispatch center. Hello. The voice was small. Fragile. Like glass trembling on the edge of a shelf. This is 911. What's your emergency? Silence. Then, after a breath, there's someone under my bed, the little girl whispered. They're talking. Please. Come quickly. The dispatcher straightened in his chair, heart skipping. He'd handled a decade of crisis calls, crashes, break-ins, even hostage situations. But there was something about this call that dug cold fingers into his spine. What's your name, sweetheart? Mia. I'm 5. Mia, where are your parents? They said I'm making it up. But I'm not. Her voice cracked. The whispering. It's back. I hear it again now. The dispatcher glanced at the blinking location trace. A quiet home near the edge of town. Suburban. Peaceful. Or so it seemed. We're sending someone right now. Stay with me, okay? Keep talking if you can. 10 minutes later. The squad car rolled quietly into the cul-de-sac. Porch lights flickered on as neighbors peeked through curtains. 2 officers stepped onto the front lawn, greeted by a pair of groggy, confused parents. She called you? The father asked, rubbing sleep from his eyes. She does this sometimes. Imaginary friends, nightmares, she gets scared. The lead officer held up a hand. We'd still like to have a look, sir. Just to be sure. Upstairs, Mia sat huddled in the corner of her pink room, clutching a threadbare teddy bear like it was her only lifeline. Her wide eyes flicked to the bed. She didn't speak, just lifted a shaking finger toward it. The officers exchanged a glance. One of them, Officer Raiden, knelt slowly and lifted the bed skirt. Nothing. Just dust bunnies, plastic dolls, a missing sock. He exhaled. It's clear. Might have been a bad dream. But just as he stood up, wait, his partner said sharply, raising a hand. Do you hear that? Silence engulfed the room. Even the wind outside seemed to pause. Then scrrrch. A faint, dragging sound. Like metal grazing stone. Muffled. Rhythmic. Almost. Deliberate. scrrrch. Pause. scrrrch. Not a voice. Not whispers. Something else entirely. Officer Raiden dropped back down. He rapped gently against the floorboards under the bed. Most of it sounded hollow. But the far left corner. Thud. Dull. Something's under there. What they found still haunts the neighborhood. The officers pulled the bed aside and pried up a loose floorboard. Beneath was a thin layer of soil, fresh, disturbed. With the father's help, they grabbed a garden spade from the shed and dug just a few inches down. The blade struck something hard. Metal. A hatch. By now, backup had arrived. Floodlights lit the backyard. Neighbors were told to stay indoors. The officers descended through the opening, weapons drawn and hearts pounding. What they found was no mere crawl space. It was a tunnel. A crude but deliberate network of hand-dug passageways stretching beneath the home and into several neighboring properties. Inside, the stale air reeked of sweat and rust. Tattered clothes. Discarded tools. Food wrappers. And 3 men. Fugitives. Escaped convicts wanted across state lines. They'd been burrowing for weeks, maybe months, living like moles under the very foundations of the town, planning an escape through the city's underbelly. They only moved at night. And they thought they'd gone unnoticed. But they hadn't counted on Mia. The girl who heard what no one believed. Mia's quiet voice had unraveled what no one else had seen. She'd heard what adults dismissed as fantasy. And because of her courage, a dangerous threat had been stopped. She didn't say much that night. Just held her teddy tighter and watched as the strangers in black uniforms disappeared underground. As they led the men out in cuffs, she only whispered. I told you someone was there. Her mother knelt and wrapped her in a tearful hug. Her father, pale and shaken, apologized to the officers over and over. That night, for the first time in weeks, Mia fell asleep without fear. And every year since, on the anniversary of the night that fear turned into bravery, the officers from the precinct visit her with a small teddy bear in hand and a medal tucked inside. Not just for her courage. But for reminding them all that sometimes the smallest voices speak the loudest truths. And they should always be heard.